All right, morning, folks. Welcome to Daily Paycheck with John from Craps on Casino Gaming TV. We are working a practice week here on a strategy called the Storm. So the Daily Paycheck, by the way, it's a bankroll build from 10K to 100K, 10% at a time, 10% buy-in, 10% win goal. It's going to take a long time. It's a disciplined exercise. But more important than that, I think, is that we're trying to do a little bit of work here on vetting strategies out that we think work the best to get that goal all the time, right? That's the whole point. So here we go. I'm working on a thing called the Storm this week. I'm going to show you how this works. It's a pretty simple strategy in theory. It's been hard to make it make money, but here we go. It's going to be a $50 don't pass bet, and we'll take whatever point we get. Doesn't really matter the point. Let's put on the 9 for now. What we then do is an effective 204 across, which means everything pays 50 for 1. So 25 on the 4 and 10. We'll do 35 on the 5 and 9 and 42 on the 6 and 8. Like this. There we go. And the goal here is get a couple of hits, right? Get a couple of hits at $50 and get out of dodge. We're going to bring the outsides down. As we're set, we're going to put $180 in odds on most numbers, okay? On the 5 and 9, that's going to win 120 plus the 50 is 170. We got 168 out here, or 169 out here. So that's basically a tie. On a 6 or 8, that same bet wins you a few bucks. On the 4 and 10, that bet puts you down a little bit. I'll probably make it 200 to even things out. But here's the play. Whatever rolls, let's say we get a 5 to roll, okay? It pays $50, okay? We're going to pull the 4 and 10 both down. Make them look like, I'll get nickels there. Make them look like $10 bets, table minimum bets. Notice that our spread went from 160 and change. We took $80 off the table there by taking the win plus a little extra. Next one that comes in brings the rest of the insides down. So we get $50 out of something else, a 5, 6, or an 8. These all come down to table minimum. And now we're playing at 54 across or 64 across, whatever it ends up being. And our exposure is going to be 0 because there is 100, 215 bucks. We were actually only out there for about 170. So we got 40 bucks in profit plus 64 across. It nets you 100 bucks when you pull the move off. The odds come down as well. That's the whole play. Now we just play for a hot roll. Let's turn the $64 here into something special and get out of dodge. If not, it's 40 bucks to the good and we try it again and keep on going. This thing is kind of hunting down a good shooter. So it needs a good shooter to win. That does mean that we're going to get sometimes where we kind of basically tie like we just saw. Sometimes we're going to get a great shooter and get a lot of excess wins. So it's going to be kind of a grind, home run type of thing, I think. Today we may add in a little bit of a lay bet on the 6 and 8. I may add in a little bit of a craps check as we're waiting for those first couple shots to come out. So with that said, let's go to the view here and we'll get started. You'll notice I've added back the camera view down here so you can watch me shoot a little bit. It might be a little bit delayed. I don't know how accurate that's going to be. It looks like it's a little bit delayed off of the, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that, if it feels stupid, I'll turn the camera off and we'll do it a different way. I thought I would give it a shot though. Here we go. Let's see, somebody's asking me how to play it. Yeah, I do not do crapsy with this. This show is about me making money and demonstrating the strategies. If I do crapsy, it delays. It takes too long to do that part of the show. I do other crapsy shows where I'm just playing and having fun. This is not one of those times. So here we go. I'm going to come out. I'm going to get my take $300 out of the rack. Okay, we'll get a bunch of greens here. 100, 200, 200 in green, or 250 in green and 50 in reds. We'll get ourselves all set up here. Let's see, there's my don't pass. I'll get the box set up, but of course we're gonna bring one of these bets down every time. All right, I don't know which one it's gonna be. It's like establish a point, but let's get ourselves out at least and set up. There's the spread. I need this $50 here. I need to get some whites out of that. So we're gonna go like this And there we go. There's our 42, 42. Booyah. Let's do it. Let's get our first point. Where's my dice? We'll use the reds today. I need my phone to type the rolls in so you can see the roll track, and then that'll be it. And again, just give me feedback in the chat, if you will, about the if the shooting view helps you at all. Let me know. I think it's cool to see the fact that I'm shooting, but I think there's a delay in the dice leaving my hand when they land. But I know some people want to see how the release looks. So here we go. Coming out on the don't. No. Oh, you know what? We gotta have. I'm sorry. I promised Darkside I would do this today. So let's do it. Let's get. I'm gonna get. Let's see. How much money I need? I thought I would show this to you. We're gonna lay the 6 and 8 on the come out, and I'm gonna hop the 6 and 8 for $8 every time. So we're gonna get $2 change. We're gonna hop all the 6 and 8 ways for $8. Okay, so there's 5, 8. This I think is gonna end up being a little bit of a bleed for us. We're gonna lose that $8 every time, but it's gonna get us. Actually, do I want to do 8 or do I want to do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10? Should I do $12? No, I'm just gonna do the $8, which is just the easy ways. We're not gonna hop the hard ways. We'll just do the easy ways, 6 and 8, $2 each. Keep it simple. And we're gonna watch that bleed as it goes, just to kind of get a lens on whether it's worth it to do that or not. Here we go, coming out. I feel like there's too much going on right now with this thing. I'd rather keep it as simple as possible. There's gonna be an easy 8 though, so that's interesting. Watch what happens here. 6 to easy 8. So we're gonna lose this 8 as the puck goes to the 8. We're gonna lose $30, okay? We're gonna lose $6 in the other hops. So $6 goes, I'll put the bleed over here for a little bit, right? This $2 here though pays $30. So we're gonna get back 32 and lose that 6. So it ends up being a little bit of a bleed, but it covers you on the 7 down here. That's the whole point, that it covers the 7, or mostly covers the 7. So here we go. Point of 8. Let's get our 175, 180 in odds. I'll put it on this side over here. And I'm gonna get the any craps for $10. All right, let's go. Just stay off the 8. 6, 2. Let's see if that comes through. It does. All right, here we go. There's a 4 hard. 4 hard. 2, 2, 4. Well, hold on, 2, 2. Okay, that's gonna pay $50. 50 for the 1. Okay, and the 4 and 10 will both come down. We'll take away our any craps. I'm gonna take this green and make it look like reds. Let's grab the 4 and the 10 each for $10. Put the any craps back and bring that back to the rack. And Darksiders tell me don't play the 6 and 8 lay every single time, only when the 7s are trending. Yeah, I hear you there, but you know how I feel about that, right? I don't think there's means a hill of beans that the 7s are coming back to back. Either that's a good bet or that's a bad bet to me. Like if you're worried about this come out right here, right? That's the time you play that, right? So you're worried about it when the 7s are showing multiple times. I worry about it all the time. All right, we're gonna lose the whole top. Okay, that's a 7, 6, 1, 7. Let's bring all this down. And I'm gonna color this up when I bring it down so you can see the net result here of what's gonna happen to us. All right, there's all we had up top plus that any craps bet. Let me put the 7 in, 6, 1. What happens is we win $50 on our flat bet, and we had 180 up here that wins 150 against the 8. Make sure I have the right number there. That's 5, right? That's $75. Okay, that wins 100, 25, and actually I don't have enough to make it. So we actually profit a little bit on that transaction because we brought money back. The 2 C's, any craps, bled us a little bit, right? Turn this profit from, you know, whatever, 40 bucks into 18 bucks, but we did bring money back, which is kind of the whole key. So I'll put the odds back up here. We're gonna need them for the next time. I'll bring the greens all back, and here we go. We're back up here. I'm gonna put this stuff back up there because I wanna show it. So there's the lay bets on the 6 and 8. Let's put them in the middle. And here's the 8 bucks. All right, quick 7. We beat the 8. Not proud of that, but whatever. Here we go, coming out. Coming out. All right, we got a 10 this time. Cool. I like a point of 10 when I have right side play. I don't love it here. We're gonna take and lose this. I'm gonna put the hop bleed over there for now. Bring these back, and let's go out. We're gonna go with a $200 lay, which won't be enough to cover us. Just kind of fair warning here. That's not gonna be enough to cover the top bets. We know this. Let's get some nickels. I just need 50 bucks in nickels. All right, we're set up top. I do need whites. This is a pain to deal. I'll tell you what, this strategy is cool, but it's a pain in the butt to deal quickly. All right, we're set up top. With a 4 and 10, that ends up being 179 up top. This down here only wins you 100.5. So we're gonna have to do our 2 hits. On the 4 and 10, we're actually upside down here by more than I'd like to be. I wish this was a little bit of a higher lay, but let's avoid the 7 for a couple rolls. We'll be fine. There's a 10 on the freaking end. 6-4. Damn it. So we lost right away. This is the problem. When this strategy goes south, this is what happens to me, is you'll lose on a pick like that. And now you're really screwed. Like now you just burned 250 down here, and the win up there is so small that it takes a lot to make that happen. There's the don't pass. Here is the lay bets. Again, I'll put them in the middle. That sucks, man. That's a really bad outcome right there. There's a quarter. We'll get our $8 up there for the hops, and damn, nothing like waking up in the morning and having just a bad set of throws. But huge bummer, huge bummer. All right, let's go. Let's redeem ourselves. Let's redeem ourselves. No more DP if it gets picked off. No, actually, Jen, Chris yelled at me for this yesterday because I was not going back to the DP if it gets picked off. I'm down with not doing it. I mean, I would rather not go back out. Chris is like, you gotta go back out. Until you get your money back, you gotta go back out. I feel like you're right. I feel like this is not what I wanna be doing, but he kind of yelled at me, so I'm gonna do it today. Here we go. 4. All right, other side of the rack here. Let's go to the 4. I'll bring this over to here, and again, I'm putting the hop bleed over here because this is going to bleed you out on the hops, nothing else. I'm not doing the vig because it's going to exchange anyway. I'm not worried about that so much. All right, on the 4, again, we'll put 200 bucks out there and pray to God we don't do it again. Here we go. How about an inside number? There's this 8. Okay, that's good. I'll pay 5-3. Finally. That pays 50 bucks for 1. And I'll bring the 10 back to $10. Here we go. There's a 6. Sweet, that's 50 for 1. 516. That pays $50 also. Like the 10 did, there's the 1 out of my rack. So we brought $100 back into the rack, which means everything can come down. To base. And we're out of the hand. So just like that, we're recovered. We're playing in a cross bet. Take these blacks back to the rack. We're playing in a cross bet. Let's have a good roll. We got to recover that 250 we just got burned on down there. So we need to have a hot ass roll right now to get through it. And I'm loving the $50 against the 4. There's the 7 right there. God. Cannot get any traction here. This week has been awful, man. No traction at all. We lose the $64, which sucks. I seem like I get set up and the next roll's a frickin' 7, or I can't get set up. It's one of the two, right? We're just having this awful rhythm. Let's see where we are here. I'm gonna go ahead and get the bets reset up top, just because I wanna get a window of where I am right now, okay? So we're gonna do that. Let's get our $50 in reds. I'm just not liking, not the strategy I'm not liking. I'm not liking where I am with it. I'm just, like I said, really throwing awfully. Need some whites. All right, so if I repaint the rack, I've got 200 in green, which puts me, if I put those as blacks, I'll put them virtually in the rack, I'll take them back out again. That puts me $400 down in the rack. I got about $204 up there, plus $250 here, so we're down a good 200 and change right now. I'm gonna keep the greens going though. Actually, I can take those and make the blacks. It doesn't really matter. There we go. All right, we're down. Oh, that's right here. One too many. We're down 4 blacks in the rack. I got 250 out there on the felt. Let's get a new point. I gotta find something that's gonna work for me here, because right now nothing's working. Oh, you know what I need? Shoot, those hops. Man. There's the hops. And there's the lays and the hops are out. Okay, here we go. Coming out. Johnny, do better. Yeah, this is a pain in the ass to deal for sure. I think like the up top part of this could be almost better served with like the split the sisters thing, right? Because that's easier to deal. There's a 5, a 3-2. Puck goes to the 5, and again we lose out on those hops. Those hops are going to get expensive, right? That's the thing with laying a 6 and 8 to save that makes sense when it's being saved. But so far we haven't saved it once. We haven't had it come out 7 today. When the day where that works, that's going to feel like a great move. Today, not so much. We're already at there's 2 reds. We're already at a quarter or $30 in bleed on that bet right there. And I'm throwing enough 7s to make this, I mean, if you're tracking 7s or whatever, I'm throwing enough 7s to make that feel like it's the right call. All right, here we go. 180 out here against the 5. Again, that'll win 120 down there. 120 plus the 50 is 170, which is about what I've got in coverage, minus, of course, the 5. So here we go. Let's have a roll. Let's have a roll. Oh boy, another kiss. That's a freaking 7. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my God. All right, 6, 1, 7. All right, so there's 169 out there. There's 170 coming back here. It's a net of $1 for me. I'm gonna leave the bets up just to make it easy on myself. It's $1 coming back. That is bullshit. My rolls today, and yesterday too, my rolls Can't be understated how bad I'm rolling here. I don't know what else to do. I'm working this new version, not new version, but what you would call the correct version of this throw, and it's not working out for me at all. Here we go. Put that back in the rack. Man, this is just very frustrating. All right, there's the $60 for the 6 and 8 lays, and here is going to be the $8 for the hops. I cannot get the traction I need here, no matter what I do today. Here we go. Low and slow, dropping them in. And there's a 5 again. Thank God I missed it in that last shot there, right? 4-1. Right back to it. Right back to it. Let's go. Anything but 5 here, huh? Anything but a 5. Oh, hold on. I got to pull this back. I'm going to keep this lay bet over here so I don't lose track of it in my rack. My rolls are great. My rolls are perfect for random bullshit. I'm telling you, no matter what I do, this again, I'm working the new way the right way to do this throw, and I'm having a really hard time with it. All right, the 10 is going to pay 50 for 1. Okay, there's the 1 out of the rack. These will come down, the 4 and 10. I'm going to take nickels for that 1. Let's get the 10 and the 4 for $10 each and bring back the 80. But yeah, this is a good look at like how it feels in a real casino, isn't it? It's like exactly how it goes for you sometimes. So you better have a strategy that gets you out in two. This does get you out in 2 hits, right? You better be out in 2 hits when you're playing. That's all I gotta say. Unless you have enough money to just play it out forever. There it is. There's a second hit. We got it. Fine. Finally. 6-2. That pays 50 for 1. There's the 1. There's the 50. And these can come down. And there we go. Out of the hand, a little bit of profit. You can take the odds back with me. I'm gonna put that all over here. Let's make this make money. Come on. It takes a lot of work to get set up in these strategies. It takes a lot of work to get set up. Now you just got to make it make money. Like this is you need the roll. Little kiss there. It's a 4. Alrighty, 3. It says 325. It was a 314. I rolled it when I brought it up. That's going to pay $18. And we're going to go, the way I'm throwing today, I think half pressing is the way to go, not full pressing. Let's just make it look like 20. I was going to go full press and collect, but man, I can't seem to throw long enough to make that even a remote possibility. So we'll half press today. Hope for the best. Good morning, Mel. I wrote you an email this morning about the felt. Hope you got that. What do we have here? We have Big Red. So again, we get one hit, and then we win on the 7, which fine, I'll take the win, but just frustrating not to be able to get any length at all. The rolls today, jeez. Terrible throwing. Okay, where are we at here? We're not even yet. So we've got, there's 2,000, by the way. 2,100, 250, 2,300, and between all this here, there's $2,400. We're down 100. A little less than $100 we're down. So let's get it restarted. We're grinding back, but man, this is a bitch. Can't throw, you can't win, right? Who says that? Anybody ever said that out loud? Can't throw, you can't win. Here we go. 4 roller there. I'm gonna go back to my comfort zone here. 6516. Oh, I forgot to put the lays up. So what happens there is this. There was the lay bet for 60 bucks, which loses. So it's a net $6 loss. I forgot to put that up there. We end up losing the lay bet, winning on the hot bet. It's a $6 loss. So there was that. Point is going to be 6. And we'll get our bets out. I need to get some greens. Need to be... Okay. There we go. Where did this come from? This... oh, that was already my rack. Okay, here we go. Let's get set. All right, 5, 8. And the 9. All right, we're set. This goes to 175, 180 on the lay. Let's just get anything but a 6, right? All right. Here we go. Anything but 6. One green chip goes. Did I screw that up, Jen? Oh, that's right. Did I trade one in for reds? Is that what that was? The one that was out there? There it is. Here we go. Couple of shots here. No 6s. No 6, please. 5 and a 3. That's an 8. That's its partner. 5, 3. All right. That's going to pay 50 bucks for $1. And the 4 and 10 come down. I think this is getting kind of like, the pattern is easy once you get it. There we go. 4 and 10 come back. All right. Oh my God, you're killing me. You're killing me, Darksider. Either you hedge this or you don't. You cannot guess. You cannot guess when the 7s are coming. I know you think you can, but you know I think you can't. Either you hedge it or you don't. Either that's a good play to make to save the 50, or it's not. And that's why I'm doing it every roll today. You've got to see. People have to see. Like the average person, well, I'm not on the anti-craps. The average person, right? You're going to play it the way you play it. And it is a guess. It is a guess. If I throw 2 7s, it has nothing, there's nothing, there's no way in hell that the next roll is going to be a 7. It doesn't mean it's coming. And you know how I feel about that, right? Either it's a good bet or it's not. Either laying to save this bet is smart or it's not smart. And it's got to be it's a binary. It's not a fluffy, once in a while it works and I feel like a champion. You can't play it that way. And I can't teach people that way either because it does them a disservice. That's a rule that I know works for you, but you can't put that in hard writing and say only when you see 2 7s is when you lay that bet. That seems ridiculous to me. But if that's the hard and fast rule, I can do it. I just think that it's a little bit. There's the 50 bucks. It's a little bit dangerous for me to teach people that, I guess, is what I'm saying. Because I don't think that's a for sure go forward way to make yourself safe. I just feel like that's a little bit. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. That presumptuous is the wrong word. It's a little bit false sense of security, I guess. Right. Here we go. We're set against the 6. I'm leaving the don't naked. I'm not gonna hedge off that 6. I might grab a hard 6 if we happen to ever throw a freaking number here. We'll do it. Here we go. And I got your email, by the way, too. And maybe tomorrow. And I am doing shows tomorrow, by the way, for Thanksgiving. The hard shot. There's a 7. Slipped out of my hands. 4-3. I will be doing shows tomorrow, even on the holiday. I'll put some of the rules you've got there in place. But again, it's a lot of mechanics, and I don't think that they're soundly based in what's coming. I guess that's my biggest problem with those suggestions. Here we go. Let's get colored out here and see if I got back to even. Did I grind back that win or that loss we had on that 10? I think we did. There's 400. There's 500. That's $500 right there in greens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. that puts my rack in shape. I'm back to my starting point, and I've ground back a $53 win. Okay, so we're winning today on the grind. We are not winning today on the rolls, right? The grind is doing it for us. We're getting $50 every time we pull that move off. We're not winning because I'm getting good rolls and getting excess wins. We're just not. It's just that thing. The hedge bleed on the 6 and 8 have cost us $44, just like yesterday, $44. Again, I'm doing it every single time to prove a point, right? Where is the bleed? And again, this is for you and for everybody else, Darksiders, not just directed at you. For people who argue with me that you shouldn't or that you should always hedge, right? I have people that say whenever you're on the don't pass, you always have to hedge your bets. All the time. You always got to have a no 4 or no 10. Always got to have a no 9 or a no 5. Okay, fine. Every time you do that, it costs you $1 or $2 in vig. If you're going to hop, and I think your idea of hopping the 6 and 8s is great, because when they do come out, you don't get crushed on the lay bet. That's a great little move you got there, right? However, when the hedges don't pay, when your hedges don't hedge, don't do their job because they didn't have to, this is what happens. And the bleed that I talk about on my shows, this is what a bleed looks like, right? It seems smart. Lay the 6 and 8, hop the easies, right? It makes total sense when you say it out loud. When you put it in writing, it makes sense. When you watch it roll, and I think people need to watch this show, not because we're arguing, but the hedges that people do, when I talk about a bleed, it's real. That's $40 in bleed from a strategy or from a move that I actually think makes sense, right? Like hop to save that saves that, and all the saving of everything ends up costing you $40, right? If we had a couple come out 7s, that makes it good. That saves the $50, right? It ends up being a tie effectively. If we had one come out 7, that bleed is worth saving that bet. I can get there with you. However, over the course of a long period of time, this bleed ends up burning too much profit from us, right? And I think that's the lesson to be had. It's not about when I selectively place the bet, which I know is what you want to talk about. It's about when you place these bets and you're hedging. Like, to me, the same thing is this. The exact same example is a $10 pass line or a $15 pass line and $2 any craps that I see a lot of people doing, right? Or actually would be 3, right? $3 any craps and a $15 pass line. People do this all the time, right? And it seems like it makes sense because every time somebody rolls a craps number and they take your 15 and they pay the 21, you feel like you're a hero, right? That happens so, I watch tables and go, you got it, right? But remember, if you have 10 shooters at the table, right? And that saves you 1 time out of the 10, but 10 shooters don't throw a craps number, that's $30 that you threw away, right? And that's what a bleed feels like. So when you're doing your practice sessions, put your bleed aside, you can see it. How many times did that thing not win? Well, it didn't win and it cost me 30 freaking bucks on those come-outs. That's a real use case. And I think that people got to see it. That's why I do these things the way I do. I know I sound very dogmatic when I talk this way, and I don't mean to sound antagonistic, and that's not my point at all. It's a hedge play for a hedge play will always bleed you dry. And that's what a bleed looks like in person, right? Now, if you want to cherry pick and say, well, only do this when certain conditions are arising, that's fine. That complicates the strategy to the 50th degree. And I think that's a real thing too, that most people and most dealers and everything else, that's going to be a big, huge pain in the ass. Bubble craps, sure, you're doing your own bets. Have at it, man. I mean, that's just my 2 cents on it. So we're going to walk here. It is, what time is it? Is it 7:36? I can do another couple of shooters. Let's do another couple of shooters for the hell of it. Let's get our $50 on the don't. We'll put this here. And I'll put the bleed back out there. There's the 50, 60, and there's the $8, right? I think the 7s, if you're going to look at it, the 7s are running fast enough for me today that I could throw a 7 on any throw. It wouldn't, to me, be surprising to not have a 7 show up here on this next come out throw. Now that I'm talking all this mess, right? Let's do it. Let's come out one more shooter. One more shooter so we can get that profit to $100. Here we go. I'm going to set the 4-2 on top. So here we go. Yeah, you're right. If I get picked once, it's $50. I agree. I think, and I said I've done all sorts of analyses on this, and maybe what I'll do is a win craps thing. Man, we'll see how my work goes today. I'll try it. There's a 4. I can run it a couple of ways. 3-1, 3-1-4. Let me get the bet set up, and then I'll finish talking. Another $6, $8 bleed there. I'll set it up. I'll just stop doing it. Now we know. We're at like $50 in bleed now. Let's get our bet set across. I'm going to put the 5, 6, 8. I'll make that a 9 actually. Let's get $100. I need 2 greens and 1 extra red. All right, here we go. 8 and 10. 6 and 8. I need whites. God, this is a pain in the ass. Boy, dealers would be hating me on this. All right, there we go. That's black is there. This black is here. Against the 4, I'm doing $200 in lay, which is not enough, but it's what we got. Let's see. Let's do this. All right. There's a 6, 5, 1. All righty. That'll be $50 for my last white chip. Let's bring that 10 down. I'm gonna get 25. We'll make it look like 10. I'm bringing back some white chips so I can do the 4-1 thing here again. All right. All right, shooter, make it happen. Make it happen. What do we have here? We have an 8. All right, we did it again. We did it again. And in fact, if I'm smart, and I might be a little bit smart, I don't know. Let's bring all that down. We'll do the 50 for 1. I'm going to bring it down, but we might bring it all down, just to show you where I think we are. I'm going to make this look like a black chip. I'm going to take these 2 out and make them turn into a black chip. That's $200. Okay. Starting bankroll with these 2 black chips. There's my starting bankroll. I've got in the rack my starting bankroll plus $35, which means $35 here, 54 up there, 50 here. We got $150 in profit, which is cool. Let's keep rolling and see if we can make this work for us. But anyway, what I was going to say before was, I think in win craps, what I might do is a little bit of just a straight up test on the don't pass of a naked don't player, $50 uncovered. I'll do a 6 and 8 lay with no hedge, with no hop on every roll. I'll do a 6 and 8 with a hop on every roll, and I'll do the 6-8 with the hop only after 2 7s show up in a row. Right? I'll do it like that, and we can get a 4x4 comparison and see, where that thing ends up, just for fun. I mean, just for fun. I think they're going to all end up relatively close together than you probably think. There's the 4. Wow, we lost our $50. That sucks. I think you're going to find that they end up a little closer than you think. This won't get saved nearly as often as you probably think it will, and the bleed of the everyday, all-day hop guy is going to be the worst, probably of all of them. But ultimately, they're going to be within dollars of each other. I think you'll be surprised, especially when we do like 10,000 rolls or so. So I may do that later on. We'll see how my day goes. Be kind of a fun little respite from my regular day job. Here we go. All right, that's going to be a 3 on the come out. We're not on the don't anymore though, because we lost our don't. And Jen, here's the case where I don't come back on the don't. Maybe this is what you saw yesterday that you liked. I don't come back to the don't when it gets picked off once I'm down. Like once I'm already at the level, there's no need to go back to a don't pass. Here's where I don't go back out. I was going back out if I hadn't made the move yet. And that was where Chris and I were texting about it yesterday. There's an 8. That was a terrible throw. 6-2. Let's get you on. Let's add $10 to it. Now I've got 64 out there and I've got 25 in the rack, so a little less than $100 in profit. Maybe I can turn the $64 into something. Nope. There's the 7. Boy, talk about no rhythm Wednesday. This is it right here. All right, all gone. We went from 150 in profit to 30 in profit because I wanted to do one more shooter, and that was kind of dumb. Remembering all the time, guys, when you're in this these drawdown strategies, once you've drawn down, you generally speaking have drawn down into profit. You've drawn down into a good place. And so remember that. When you draw down into a good place, $50 here, 96 out there, 50 here, you're actually at your goal a lot of times. And a lot of folks aren't thinking about pulling that down. So I'm here to tell you to know where you are. And that's that. So yeah, I'm gonna go get some new coffee. I'll go downstairs for coffee and craps, and we'll talk about this bleed situation. I think it's an interesting conversation. I think that I'm glad that you're bringing it up, Darksider. I'm glad that I'm rolling it out. You can see it the way I see it, and I think it's going to give me some goodness to code and win craps a little bit, and give us a lens on a comparative essay on it, so to speak. So there it is. I will see y'all in a little bit. Enjoy the rest of your morning here, and I'll see you in about 15 minutes downstairs. Bye, all.